Hello and welcome to another episode of the Shaver Ranch Plus Wolves.
Howdy folks, how's it going? It's totally fall in North Idaho now, and we're gonna do just a wrap up of the garden because it's almost done. people.
Yeah.
As I've said before, this is lettuce, it's going to seed, I'm just kind of waiting. Soon, what we're gonna do today is take all these pine needles and leaves and a bunch from the front yard. We're gonna stack them in here, and we're not gonna rototill it under. This is a very busy weekend for us. So we just want to get that done and put it here, and then maybe next weekend we'll rototill it all under to give this bunch of healthy minerals and compost into our soil so it can overwinter, and next spring it'll be ready to go. Woo. So we just got like carrots and a few turnips sitting here and some more kale sitting over there. Hey,
Shadow.
cats. These are our sunchokes, and they're dying back, so they're ready to go. So pretty soon, before the ground freezes, we got to get under there and get those yummy tubers that we keep hearing about. First time growing them. Looking forward to getting those. Look how tall those things
It's
are.
insane.
12 feet high. To overwinter our Japanese maple, it's in a pot, but we buried it and put hay on it to insulate it, and we're just covering this so that it hopefully won't get damaged by the
Because
frost.
our original one that we desperately carried 1,400 miles from our original home wound up dying.
When they're in pots, the roots can freeze and kill the plant.
Yep.
So we try to bury it. Same thing we did with the apple trees out there.
Yep.
They're still in pots, but we bury the pots.
Yeah. So we could take them with us, because we don't plan on permanently staying here, of course. We want a homestead someday, a proper homestead, as it were.
Bigger
And,
and better. So, nice zucchini, huh?
yeah.
As I've said in previous, the collard greens, they live into the cold. So we can still harvest these and eat them.
So it'll probably be something that we won't rototill in.
Well, we'll either harvest them, eat them, ferment them,
Yeah.
possibly.
If we
And,
could figure out the fermentation process.
hopefully those sunflowers will be viable before we have to pull them out. I don't know. It's a race against time. Just to remind you again that we got a very late start. We didn't plant until like 1st of July.
Yeah.
So
we're about a couple of months behind, really.
yeah. So these carrots, look at that one. I hope that one goes to seed soon. But yeah, there's carrots under there still.
A lot of big rocks in there too.
So basically just wanted to do a wrap up for the garden.
If you want
for
to
this year.
switch to me, since we got a lot of extra time,
Certainly.
I am going to just wrap up kind of what I'm doing with this shed thing, since
Okay.
it's kind of been a question.
So it'll be a garden and a shed. A garden shed video. So we're out here raking deer poop and stuff. Deer poop is great for the garden also. Good
I'm-
compost.
Dodging the landmines right now.
Mm-hmm.
We do filter out the cat and dog poop, and we just keep the
Yeah,
deer poop.
we don't put that in there. Carnivore poop isn't good for composting, but herbivore poop is good for composting.
So in my naive mind, I'm trying to get close enough so they can hear me on the microphone.
I was trying to get everything.
In my naive mind, I figured it would be a lot easier for me to, instead of digging deep holes and mixing concrete
Posts.
and sinking posts in, I figured, why not just make it easier on myself and get these pylons, so I could just put the pylons down, level them out, like that would be very easy, and I just put the frame on top of the pylons. But I very quickly discovered that working with this dimension and that dimension and this dimension and up and down and forward and backward and side to side,
Twisting
and
dimension.
then syncing all of that up with 9 different pylons and then plumbing it all up to the house is absolutely completely out of my skill set and impossible.
It's a nightmare.
Absolutely impossible.
Mhm.
I've dealt with struggling with this for months now, and it's just not going to work. So I figured, why don't I look at the plans that I initially started with in the first place and focus really hard, and I discovered that they didn't even use posts. This whole thing is on like a sled, like a
It's
4x4
free-floating.
sled. So instead of dealing with this nightmare, which that's exactly what it is for an inexperienced person who doesn't know what they're doing, I'm going to rototill this whole area and
Just a little bit.
and get my dad's big aluminum rake that's got a really long span, flip it upside down and use a flat side, and level this out. Not perfectly, but level it out enough to where I could get some skids, those 4x4 skids, and slap them down, and then build my whole thing on top of there. Because once the winter comes through and this freezes and thaws, all my hard work and hours of effort is going to be blown away, because the ground is going to settle, the freeze and thaw is going to make all of them go all wonky, and it's never going to be right.
Nice hula you got going there.
So,
And if you do it on skids, we might be able to skid that baby out to a new property
oh
someday.
yeah, in fact, if I get the flatbed trailer that I want to haul the Mustang around, I'll be able to winch that sucker right up onto the flatbed trailer and take it with me. Maybe with all the stuff in it, depending on how heavy duty my winch is.
Oh, wow. Ooh.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the plans there. So that's kind of where we're at. I know there's not very much seeable progress, but that's kind of where we are.
Seeable.
So,
Visible.
That's probably about it.
Yep. Sounds
So
good.
if you like this, please like and subscribe for more. If you have any comments, feel free to do so. Have a great day.